Oh, hells yeah, it's happy hour. We did it. A little bit late, just a couple minutes late. It's fine. Look, you're not my real boss. It's fine.
I mean, they are a real boss.
Well,
like,
okay,
that's-
but if I tell them they're not, then maybe they'll believe they're not. I don't know. How you doing, Justin?
Oh, man, another day in paradise. I went to the grocery store.
What?
I did.
Also joining us, we got Bonnie, the Invisible Wife. Hello, Bonnie.
Hello.
So talk to me about the grocery store. How many masks? What percentage of people had masks?
Over 60.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say over 60. Everything was socially distanced. They've now banned reusable bags.
Oh, really?
All right, walk me through.
Oh, my God.
Walk me through the logic on this.
Well, your friend and mine, I don't know how public he has been about this, but your friend and mine, Andrew Main,
Yep.
has a crusade
Against reusable bags.
And more specifically, not necessarily reusable bags as, themselves, right? But more the no plastic bag laws that are being passed in many cities, including this one, Oakland, California. Does Austin have one?
Yes. As a matter of fact, they did. And there's one HEB that every time I go buy stuff, I have to spend $3 to $4 extra to buy a bunch of quote unquote reusable bags that look an awful lot like regular plastic bags, only that won't biodegrade nearly as fast as the cheap ones. And then there's another HEB that we go to where it's not a problem. They give me the tiny ones that are fantastic for picking up dog poop and stuff.
So here's the problem with the reusable bags. People don't wash them. Because, in general, like even if you're a bustling family, you're probably going once, maybe twice a week to the grocery store. You're buying a bunch of stuff. So you don't think about it all that often, especially right after you get done going to the grocery store. You don't also want to think about doing laundry immediately all the time. So people don't wash them, which is a problem when we're dealing with a virus for which uses other germs as a haven to collect. And so now the center of reusable bag America, the Bay Area here in Northern California, now being politely explained that you didn't wash your sack enough and now you're not.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to guess that there is zero sense of irony from anyone, and that everybody is just like, well, duh, we've always been in favor of no reusable bags.
No, I mean, to be honest, if I don't know, I've long thought about whether or not it'd be worth it to try to push into any kind of like local government stuff, like just to sponsor a bill or just go through the just so I know what it takes to like try to put something on the ballot locally. Like, just try to do it. Right?
So what would you do? What's your pitch? Hit me up.
Well, there's one that I think I would love to do, and I would have made like a year-long bit of it on the PX3 show. And that is to bring a strip clubs are illegal in Oakland. I would look to end the strip club ban in Oakland.
Sorry, how is a strip club defined? What do you suppose the legal definition is? Of
I
that
believe.
definition?
Hold on. Let me look it up here.
Also joining us is Bryce Castillo.
Hi, everybody.
The scholarly definition is ass and titties, ass and titties, ass titties, ass and titties.
But there has to be a legal different. Like for example, legally, like fully nude is fairly black and white in terms of like are you or are you not
Binary.
No.
Clothing on or clothing off.
No erotic entertainment. I forget what the actual law is, but there is an actual law here in Oakland that forbids such things. In my mind, number one, I would pitch it as I thought that we were in a sex positive part of the country, that if there was any area for which would legitimize the hard work that these women have to go through to ply their trade, it would be Northern California. Number two, San Francisco is owned by like one strip club monopoly. So effectively, if you fall out with them, then you got to drive to Reno. I've done on the ground research to confirm all that.
He knows he knows the landscape.
But also, I think it would just be fun. It would be a fun thing to put out there and just see how people react to it. Because now it would probably make me loathed by a certain sector of the populace. But at the end of the day, I think it would be interesting. Although for now my new focus is I want to repeal the plastic bag ban. That now that we understand that it is indeed a health hazard, I think that we should not be encouraging reusable bags in a world where now germs rule everything.
I don't know. I think the visual portion of the strip club ban would be documentary worthy. Like, there's.
So I had a whole idea, Bonnie. I was gonna go talk to other see if I could get interviews with other owners of famous strip clubs around the country and say hey, would you be literally just get them on the record as saying that if Oakland, one of the most historically political cities, a city with a tremendous culture to it, if that were to open up, would you consider bringing one of your flagship establishments to the area and just be like, look, we could be opening up a massive gateway. We could be a whole new economic opportunity can abound for so much if only we were to repeal this archaic ban.
I think it would be interesting to hear a fair representation of Oakland's reasoning too, though. I would like to see both sides.
There is a thing. I had done a bunch of research for it, but it was very, very old. I mean, there was the problem with bans like any blue law really is that nobody wants to be the pro bad thing guy. It's why there's still laws about not being able to buy alcohol on Sunday in some states, because nobody wants to be pro drinking guy. Everybody can understand that the law is kind of stupid and that life in South Carolina doesn't fall apart because they can drink on Sunday in the way that it doesn't exist in North Carolina. But nobody wants to be Senator Boozatron, oh, look at you, Senator Chug 'em down. That's all you want to do is get drunk on Sunday.
So if you were able to get this passed in Oakland, and let's say somebody insisted that there were limits where it's what's next? Totally nude prostitution dancing? And they said, I propose a piece of an addendum to this legislation. You can either show the boobies with pasties over the nips, or you can wear a catsuit and only show the nips. And also, these are the two types of establishments. Which one of those do you go to? Do you go to the one where you get to see the boobies with no nips, or the nips with under a catsuit?
I don't know. I mean, I think that you have a lot of opportunity for artistic expression with that catsuit, right? It can all these different. You could be an alien, you could be an animal, you could make it a green screen, and then you could look up on a screen, and there'd be
Floating
whatever you
movies.
want.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
It could be a white catsuit, and you could have a bunch of Disney style multiple projectors, projection mapping, name a celebrity. I heard dentist, and then all of a sudden they project that body on you.
I mean, you still have the silhouette of the body.
Multiple projectors all around and stuff. It's just the contour projection. I think we're onto something.
I like
here.
to imagine that there's a world where that is the binary, but then they just get the all over suits that are skin tone. It's just if you can't show the thing, just to get a printout.
Man,
They're
wow, Bryce, you just broke the whole system. I think you're right. You're right.
Bryce would make a bodysuit that's the Hooters girls leggings, just that tone everywhere, and then just the nips in the center.
Yeah,
what if the compromise was, okay, so imagine there's, let's say, 3 different types of titty establishments. One is you got pasties and a thong, so they're
Okay.
Dressed.
Not a nude show, but
right.
Okay.
But they also have a bag over their head. The other one is cat suits with snips for the nips, little peekaboo nipples. But you also get to see their face. Of those two, before I get to the third, which I still have to make up, which of those two, which of those two do you go to?
I would go to the bodysuit one. The bodysuit one seems, I mean, because there's an element of that first one that just seems like a fucked up Halloween. Like somebody just like didn't want to work for a costume.
It's a very Handmaid's Tale-esque situation you've guessed with that first scenario.
Yeah,
I think
yeah, the idea of the bag over the head just has an off connotation to me.
I think the third one is just shows the butts. That's it.
Okay,
it's
the
like
third one
everything
was
is
going to be
just
fully
butts.
nude, but they're constantly squatting into the toilet seat, and then when
Like,
they
are we
walk,
talking actual? Like, are we
have
talking the motions, or are they actually doing the dance?
they are literally if they are fully nude, like they are allowed to be fully nude, but only while squatting. If they are ever caught standing up straight or sitting comfortably and fully nude, they immediately get a ticket. So
Get a ticket?
Yes, correct. So you have all of these.
Woo! Oh, you can't.
You have
get the
all of these
protractor out.
girls
Wait,
doing, like,
is this
crab
a
walks
sexy
as
officer giving tickets? That's
No,
what I
it's
gotta
not.
know.
No,
not?
it's a
No,
fat
no,
donut
no.
sucking asshole.
It's a regular overweight police officer, but his shorts have only his balls cut out. By the way, here we go. I found this chapter 9.28 of the Oakland Municipal Code.
Oh.
Every female is guilty of a misdemeanor who, while participating in a live act, demonstrating or exhibiting in a public place, open to public, or place open to public view while serving food or drink to any customer, either A, exposes any portion of either breast below a straight line so drawn that both nipples and portions of both breasts, which have a significant pigmentation than that of their main portion of the breast, are below such straight line, or B, employing any device or covering which is intended to simulate such portions of the breast below such line, or C, wears any type of clothing so that any portion of such part of the breast may be observed.
Now wait
And
a minute.
Now you said food. I guess food and drink. So
Serving anything.
That's just, that's like where, you know,
So
like,
does that mean like those Spring Break 2003 shirts where somebody airbrushes a pair of fake titties on a T-shirt? Like that would be illegal because it would be a representation of boobies over boobies?
employs a device or covering which is intended to simulate such portion? I guess so, technically. And by the way, yes, you heard right. In these this description, only illegal for females to do it. So
yeah,
this is
notice that one.
Yeah,
straight out sexist law.
You know, New York, on the other hand, I believe there was a movement like 10 years ago where it was established by precedent that that anything that was legal for a man to do, a woman could do, which meant that women were legally allowed to walk around totally topless, and there were women who exercised that right in New York City.
Yeah.
Boulder, Colorado's that way. We're hearing from Corey.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's only fair.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, man.
Not a joke.
Like, okay, there's a fourth establishment, and it's all women wearing novelty airbrush T-shirts where their boobs are giant erections drawn. And they're still allowed to do.
How are they? Wait, they're two erections? Are they connected to a torso in this airbrush drawing?
Picture the under boob is kind of one bulbous. That's where the testes are, and then everything
a
else
huge
is like,
testes.
Yeah. So it just like looks like two cartoonish monster dongs on their chest.
What if it was two boobs regular, right, with the same nipples and areolas, but then 8 dicks shooting out of it like a sun?
Mm-hmm. I've seen that. Yeah.
Like,
do you
just
think? Okay.
out of it.
Here's an idea for a game. Is it a tattoo? So
Is
like
it a tattoo?
you say something and then we find out if it's a tattoo. For example, my first entry would be an actual nipple with thousands of little sperm swimming towards it, and one halfway in it. Is it a tattoo?
No.
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 Justin.
Oh, sure. I mean, this is like what is it? Rule 40 whatever, like
34.
34.
Yeah. Rule 34.
Yeah. Yeah, this is yeah, of course it's attached to
Hold on.
somewhere.
Drop it.
Okay. Also, is it a dude or a chick?
Oh, I bet it's. Ooh.
Because the dude would do it more as a joke. Let's
Yeah.
see.
Nah.
Tattoo.
When a girl would do it because it's her mission.
I am.
Girl would do it with purpose.
So
God damn
are there Hooters restaurants in
Jesus
Oakland?
Christ. I definitely at work called up porn. There's a lot of dicks and porn happening right now.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a Hooters in Oakland.
Hmm.
Someone Google Hooters Oakland.
No, San Bruno. So there is one in the surrounding areas, but not in Oakland proper.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, that is San Bruno is South San Francisco.
San Bruno is where
So there we
YouTube
go.
is.
More Hooters in Tokyo, Japan than there are in Oakland, California.
I've got a serious question.
Yes, finally, a serious
Thank
question on the happy hour.
Okay, so does food taste better with an erection or without an erection? Like, is that a reason people go get their steaks and fries at, or, like.
Hold on. This is a really good question, and I don't know that I've ever been paying attention to food while eating with an erection.
Yeah, I think that they're largely unrelated. The idea of like
It's
food
certain-
at strip clubs is certainly just more of a reason that you can like write it off in your own mind of like, why am I going to a titty bar at 1 p.m? Well, they also have free burgers. Like they're just that's more about your justification to walk in.
I
than
mean,
it
you're
has
really
That's-
about the buns, not the burgers, right?
Was this a serious
I want
question
that
time?
shit raw.
No, this is the kind of thing that if I had billions of dollars to waste, I would do a focus group where it'd be A/B testing. We'd serve the same steak and have them rate it, and then half of them would be induced to have boners during it, and they would report on how good the steak is. That's wild. Yeah, I gotta feel like
I think
you wouldn't remember. I don't know. Now I want to like also do tests where it's like, can you remember scientific knowledge trivia better with or without an erection? Like, does the blood actually go from your brain to your boner?
the Boner Foundation.
The Boner Foundation.
I like the Boner Foundation. It'd be great if you could just if you could sponsor NPR with that when they're reading off like all
This
the,
episode of
thank
NPR
you
brought to you by the World Tumescence Guilds, hoping to create a stronger, firmer future.
And the Boner Foundation, solving the
Yeah,
hard
exactly.
problems.
There we go. No, it's got to be the Boner Foundation. Just and the Boner Foundation. It's just like Ed and Enda Koski, the Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation and the Boner Club.
And boners
And
like
the Boner
you.
Group.
Yeah, and boners like you.
Oh my goodness.
I
I just finished writing up the game for Night Attack
Yeah.
today. It's gonna be a good one. We got,
Did I already steal your bit with the Boner Foundation?
we're gonna have Kate Raft on later tonight. That'll be a good time.
so excited. Great to have Kate on.
And we just so happened we just got a game in the email that will be perfect. Kate, does the celeb news ride home podcast, a
Yep.
daily. It's like 15 minutes or so for perfect for the ride home about entertainment. And so we are going to play Real or Fake, Zoo or Boo edition. Whether if you can name if you can tell if it is a name of an animal, a scientific name of an animal named after a celebrity.
Also, breaking news, Corey just showed up with a picture, not a sperm on a nipple, but a sperm whale on a nipple. So I don't know if that counts.
Let's go to the judges.
Sperm. I think that's.
Oh,
us.
am I? Are we the judges?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're the only one. You two are.
I have an answer to that.
Okay.
Bonnie, take a look. I have.
I am shocked at how red that nipple is, but I'm gonna say no.
I also said no.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
The red part is not the nipple, by the way. That's
No.
like a sun.
That's a sun.
Yeah, but look at the nipple though. It's red too.
Well, let me see that nipple.
I love the way it was like a wine that got sent back, and he's like, "Hold on, bring that back here."
I'll tell you what, our entertainment industry correspondent and good friend of the show, Meryl Barr, here in the chat, asks what we think about Quibi only doing 300,000 downloads in their first day of launch.
I mean, look.
Wait, talking about erections.
Yeah, let's talk about just how big this dong is. Look, man, I'm happy if a Modern Rogue episode hits 300,000 in the first day of release. Don't know that I'd be happy if I spent $1 billion and released an episode that only hit 300,000 views in a day.
Then again, our episodes are longer than 6 minutes.
Shots fired.
Oh.
True. Bryce,
I watched
day 2, #1 Quibi correspondent Bryce Castillo. How have the Quibis been?
I watched The Most Dangerous Game yesterday.
Okay.
With one of the Hemsworths.
Is the Most Dangerous Game Man?
Which Hemsworth is it?
I think it's Liam.
Is that the Miley Cyrus Hemsworth?
It's not the Marvel Hemsworth.
Not the Marvel one.
Yeah, it's Bobo Hemsworth.
Yeah, it's Bo.
Oh,
You look at him and you go, "Are you your brother?" And you know he's the brother.
He's
You know
like, "No, I'm skinny." You're like, "You mean you don't have muscles like your brother?"
Your brother.
And you're like, "Well, I'm the more svelte of the two."
Yeah.
And he's like, "So weaker. You would lose in a wrestling match."
That's right.
And
also
couldn't play Thor.
Christoph Waltz.
Also, apparently couldn't even play Thor's brother, but that's okay. That was written into the script.
It's weird. It's weird because like the first episode is Hemsworth and Christoph Waltz talking to each other, and Christoph Waltz is the guy who sets up the hunt. And so he's like, I don't have any money. I need some money. And Christoph Waltz is like, I have money. Would you like to be hunted for sport? End of episode.
Oh, that's the end of the episode?
It's about a 6-minute conversation about that. Episode 2 is like, so here's where it gets really fucked up. Episode 2.
By the way, I don't understand why they're wasting 6 whole minutes. I think these should just be the we're gonna do Quibi, which is
Quibi.
Yeah, is Quibi too long? Sign up for Quibi. It's just Bryce describing episodes in only 30 seconds.
So episode 2, flashback to Hemsworth, and he's running around the city. I'm running around the city, and he's like, "Oh, my head!" And you hear the little like whine because like he's got a head thing, wee! And so, and then he
got a head cold.
He
they
wakes.
Want to convey that
he faints on the street, and he wakes up, and they say, "You have cancer," and that's the end of episode 2. And it's very, and it's
the most dangerous game is smoking.
So they literally did no adaptation of these movie scripts beyond saying all the scenes are going to be 6 minutes, like all these portions, but we're not going to build in little arcs so you're feeling satisfied with each one. We're literally just gonna like copy, edit, remove into separate document this movie script and we'll parcel this out.
Well, it's weird because it's like, so the second episode like continues the flashback. It's like, oh, also like he owns this bad building, this like rundown building investment thing, and like just so you know that he doesn't have any money.
I just want to picture like he's walking out of that he's walking out of the establishment, and some dude with a half-eaten pizza is like, "You know that's a bad building, right? I know you're the owner. That building ain't no good." Hey,
he does walk into
also look at my nipples, but not the rest of my body. I'm in a cat suit.
He walks into the building right through the chain link fence, and there's a sign for the building, and graffitied onto the big sign it says "Sucks dicks."
Okay.
Just so you know, the building sucks dicks.
That's right. That's right.
And
Wait,
so,
that doesn't seem.
I love how it's relatable that a man with no money, like the rest of us, owns a building.
That's a bad building. And then like the last bit of episode 3 is like, here are all of the rules of the game, and you have a cell phone that we're giving you. We have to keep on you, and all this other shit.
Yeah. And then they're like, but if you're gonna get fully naked, you have to squat.
You have to be squatting.
Otherwise, you'll get a ticket.
If you stand up,
this is Oakland.
the game never ends, and you become a permanent player in the game. I'm Christoph Waltz. So it's pretty.
But do they get him?
Theoretically, would it have been better if it was like him running around and like getting shot at, and then they would just cut back periodically to that same 6-minute conversation that they initially have? So you're like, oh my God, action, excitement.
Yeah.
What further exposition now that I'm hooked into the fact that a man is running for his life? Like that seems to be a progression that I would understand.
In fact, actually, I would love if they did this, and I would love it if it became so popular that it ran for like 7 years, and I would love to see the supercut where somebody takes just all of the elements of that opening conversation, and it's like a 4-hour diatribe that just meanders into all of these rules and sub-regulations. At some point, they're like,
If
what?
you leave the city, the game never ends. When you get your money, we ping your phone and we can see where you're at for 15 minutes. And if you're not there with your phone, the game never ends.
Also, are you familiar with the Japanese game Go?
Like
Also, all rules are inverted on opposite day, which is today, or is it?
what's weird is they spend a long time talking about like the payout structure of the hunt.
This is an annuity, which means that while you will get $1 million, it will be paid $50,000 per year in triannual payments.
So it's like the first hour you're gonna get $100,000 wired to from a secret account to your bank account, and then every hour it goes up $50,000, and then. But that's only for the first 20 hours. And then the last 4 hours, it's $1 million. And if you do all 24, it's like 30 million or
now
something.
let's
It's
talk
like,
bonuses.
like,
If
can we
Quibi
just-
is around in 5 months, then get ready for some shares.
I only spent 20-some minutes watching this damn thing, and I already feel cucked by it. I already feel like because that's where it ends. It ends with him explaining the rules.
That's it.
That's where the third free episode or
But here's the real question here. Are you going to watch the next
How
episode?
much does he need for his cancer?
A lot, apparently. Apparently, it is a thing where they were like, yeah, you got bad cancer. We didn't notice until now, and you're going to die in like a month.
I'm
So
sorry.
you're gonna die one way or the other?
According to
so
this
why raise
chart-
the money?
Because
You have-
he has a family.
Oh, because of the family. I missed that part.
That's right. The
Yeah.
world's most expensive cancer.
That's right.
It's so expensive we don't even have a name for it.
Oh, wait.
It's Franklinitis. Now hand over them Benjamins.
Yeah, no. He goes, the doctor puts the stethoscope up to his head, and he just hears Iggy Azalea's Fancy. It's like, oh, this is just it's the most expensive cancer ever made.
And now I'm remembering, like, I think they told him, because it's like behind his eyeball or something, so they can't operate.
Yeah.
Why? Because you might lose an eye?
Yeah.
Well, I
Wait,
mean,
Fuck
I mean,
the eye.
his brother lost an eye and did like a movie and a half without it.
yeah,
It was
Loki
fine.
lost his eye in Infinity War, right?
No, not he lost his life.
Wait, I don't.
Thor lost an eye.
Depending on
lost
the
blood.
timeline, spoilers.
Spoilers.
Spoilers for Thor Ragnarok.
From how many years ago?
Enough. 7 eyes ago.
Keep
The
her-
eyes have it.
Yeah. Ugh.
Who, what, when, where,
maybe-
I. Hey,
But,
Oh my God.
not so good. Then.
Justin.
Any other Quibi report?
hold
No,
on,
no, not yet.
Can we jump from Quibi to just bagging on McMillions?
Justin, did you watch
Justin, have you
McMillions yet,
watched any of
please?
McMillions?
Oh, I have not watched McMillions
So
yet.
I've kept
No.
watching.
Yes, I'm so
Okay.
happy to hear this.
So the story. So they never fixed the pacing issues of the show.
It's so bad.
But they start to interview like the people who were involved and like the family and the people who were
Now,
participants.
I don't know if you know this. I have a rare condition where I'm unable to hear somebody talk about an event. What I need is a recreation of literally anything anyone describes. Will this show satisfy my unique condition?
Absolutely. So there's one scene where they're talking to one of the wives of one of the many men named Jerry in this fucking scheme.
Jerry.
And she goes like, because they've started to do the scheme where he's stealing the Monopoly pieces and he's giving
Uncle
them out.
Jerry.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's another Jerry though.
Got it.
And so
What's the deal with these Jerrys?
Cat suit Jerry. Only his nipples are visible.
And And she's like, yeah, well, they were just being stupid. They just kept picking Italians because it's like in the Italian mafia. And they just kept picking Italians. Cut to B-roll of like an Italian restaurant. And one guy is like pouring a bottle of red wine. And another guy is like handing over a huge overflowing bowl of spaghetti and meatballs.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's McMillions.
Whose eyes were they? When did they see the moon? How big of a pizza pie was it?
Oh,
jeez. So, I don't know. But I think this, like, hey, that's a true crime story. Turns out the McMillions thing. At some point, it stops being goofy and ragging on it. Until you're like, oh yeah, people died because of this.
ooh, yeah. But also, somebody paid real millions to create this shitty telling of the story.
Oh, sure.
That's the real crime. And now, then you won't believe what Hollywood producer paid me, somebody who I'm literal McLiteralison. Whatever people say, I put on the screen.
Oh, okay. What do they put on the screen? How did they put it on the screen? Oh, God. McMillions.
Yeah.
All right, I'll watch. At some point, I'll
Please
watch it.
watch it.
We're
please
trying
hate
to
watch it.
blast through Schitt's Creek before or around now that the finale's tonight.
Oh, have you've been watching the season as it airs?
We just got the season pass over the weekend, and so
nice.
we're probably like 3 or 4 away from being caught up. So we'll watch the finale soon. But I'll tell you what, man, they're going out on a high note. They're still throwing in the high 90s as they round the corner on this final season. It's really funny.
Nice.
Is tonight the super pink moon?
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
I
like
heard
the moon's a little bit closer, and pink is not an indicator. It's pink moon is. Let me look up what that means, but it's like it's not.
It's when Brian is a stripper at one of these many establishments.
The pink moon is the 5th establishment where you're still wearing a cutout suit, but it's only your butthole.
The super.
No.
You gotta show off the pink moon.
Oh,
Yes, it is the pink moon
yeah.
tonight.
Biggest moon of the
Oh,
year.
shit, man. Man, now I just want to give people the pink moon.
Oh, Brian,
It's,
I'm sure you already have.
Tuesday at 10:35 p.m. Eastern. There we go. So,
Yeah, so 9:30 p.m. tonight.
Central, yeah.
And what makes it pink?
Oh, you know.
Grenadine.
I don't know.
You want me to read what the super pink moon means for your sign?
Yes.
You
wait.
don't, you
had me
don't.
until those last.
Oh, here we go. The pink moon
comes
isn't
from
really
the
pink.
bloom of the ground phlox, a pink flower in the North America. According to the Old Farmer's Almanac, it also has been called the sprouting grass moon, the egg moon, and the fish moon, all of which still work for my butthole. Are you ready for the fish
Brian.
moon, the egg moon,
Wow.
the sprouting grass moon?
Oh my
For that one, I have to eat a salad first.
God, Brian, I am laughing at it. I feel really ashamed.
I feel like everybody got an unfortunately close glimpse into our relationship.
I know. I'm so sorry.
The Ojibwe indigenous people of North America call it the sucker moon.
Still works. All of this still works.
The Tlingit people of Pacific Northwest call it the Jega Kayanidis, meaning budding moon of plants and shrubs.
The butting moon.
Oh,
All right, sure.
Oh, it's a butthole. Butthole, ladies and gents.
You really had to squeeze that one out, Brian. I
All
don't
right,
know.
all right.
Yeah. Man. Oh, crap. Wait, you want to do entertainment?
Yeah, I do. Goddamn right. Number one source for entertainment news.
Oh, da 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 da. It was the happy hour.
Boo, boo.
Yeah, we might need to get a thing here since we keep doing this. All right, here we go. God, this is
Tonight on the Night Attack Happy Hour, entertainment news you can trust.
That's right.
I hate to keep doing Tiger King stuff, but it's the only stuff that I find interesting. All right, here, let me just tell you. I don't want to do another Tiger King story, but I'm just going to tell you that all the things that I saw, the catcher was giving me the signal, and I was just waving off as I scroll through Google News' entertainment thing.
Okay.
Demi Moore and ex-Bruce Willis's kids are quarantining together in matching pajamas. No.
No.
Who are you wearing?
Yeah,
Target.
how Moira Brooks became Schitt's lovable, fashionable, one-of-a-kind diva, which, I mean, it's another just love letter to Schitt's Creek, which I don't want to, we've already talked about that enough.
Yeah.
Tracy Morgan jokes about quarantine sex in bizarre Today Show interview. Actually, this one might work. Instead of doing another Tiger King.
All right, hold on. Look, I'm going to need you. We're going to be, I want you to go from the top. We're going to be live in 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. Live! It's Justin Robert Young with Happy Hour Entertainment News. Take it away, Justin Robert Young.
Well, Tracy Morgan's joking about bizarre quarantine sex in a Today Show interview.
Go on.
All right, here. I just sent you the link in the chat, but really this is more of a clip than it is any kind of story.
Oh.
Tracy Morgan, of course, one of the icons of bizarre daytime television interviews. I mean, I remember in college, they were like the famous Tracy Morgan, him slapping his belly and taking his shirt off and telling everybody.
Oh, man, that was one of the crazy morning things that he did.
Was that a real thing? I thought that was a 30 Rock joke.
No. Oh, have you never seen? Hold on. Bizarre Tracy Morgan.
Well, here, hold on. Do this one first because it's not as the other one.
Yeah, sure. Okay, here we go. This is Tracy Morgan talks about the new season of The Last OG.
If you're looking for a good laugh right about now, well, you've come to the right place. One of the funniest guys around, our pal Tracy Morgan. He's with us. His show, The Last OG, it returns to TBS tonight with his character Trey continuing the fight of reminding people of what his Brooklyn
you just want me to cut to the good part?
Like. Take a look.
Well, yeah.
His coffee shop has been a staple in Brooklyn for over 30 months. That's over.
Okay, so this is a show about a morning show, or
No, the Last OG is a show about a guy who gets out of prison and he finds that New York has been gentrified. But he's on the Today Show talking about that show.
Okay, here we go. I got I'm gonna put this in the chat, but this is there's a Twitter link down below that has just the moment that is very Tracy Morgan-esque. If anybody else has followed Tracy Morgan doing his bizarre morning show stuff, he always likes to get the hosts a little flustered. Mm-hmm. They're always sexually charged, and I am a Jedi. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
My mother-in-law, Chrissy, says good morning.
Oh.
She loves you.
Well, tell her I love her back. Tell me about what life is like being at home for Tracy and his family.
Full thing again.
Is this also not the right thing?
My wife been
it is also not the full thing. Oh, wait. No, there we go. No.
He was doing it. Yeah. He's about to say it.
Bro, you got to make up your mind.
Quarantining in for like 3 weeks, so she's pregnant 3 times. Every week she got pregnant.
Okay, so
So we're role playing a lot now. We're role playing. She's playing a young maiden whose grandfather was infected with coronavirus, and I'm the scientist who discovered the cure. And she'll do anything to save her grandfather's life. Okay. And I mean anything.
Well, you are a creative one. All right, so tell me now. We know what your house looks like because you know what, Tracy.
I wanted to see him keep going.
What does his house look like?
That's why I told you to play that one first. Now look up for Bryce the original, the OG Tracy Morgan morning show appearances.
Oh, the some of the early morning show stuff. Let's see. Bizarre Tracy Morgan morning show interview.
Yeah, that would probably be it. These were original viral videos.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, no, this is. Oh yes. Oh my God.
He's so young there.
Nice bling.
He's got his shirt up over his head.
Chicago, I just hit a White Castle, y'all.
Hell yeah.
You an early morning guy, Tracy? Early morning guy, this is what it is. How you get this big and this sexy?
I hope Oprah's not watching. She might go nuts.
Hey, Oprah!
What are your tattoos?
Come out. Oprah, come out and see me. Bring Gail with you. And Stedman. Stedman, holla at me. Call me, Sted.
Hey, and later we're interviewing Star Jones. Anything you want to ask her? We can run the tape as is. You can have Star Jones all to your very self.
I like the Star, the skinny Star, but Big Star was good. I love Big Star. You got it?
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh my God.
that dude has no F words to give.
Oh yeah. No, the best, the iconic moment is at a certain point you just start slapping his belly and he's just like, "This is my mating call."
Yeah, I think that's this one here. Let me see if. Let me see if. I think this is a remix.
Well, if you missed us this week on Good Morning El Paso, you missed a great interview with my friend comedian Tracy Morgan, who was in town to tell some jokes and make some observations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're a handsome dude, man. You look like a cross between Al Pacino and Bruce Lee and Sonny Chiba.
All right, well, there you have it.
That's a handsome dude.
I appreciate it,
Ladies,
Tracy.
he wear good cologne, too. He got on Angel for men.
You're not too bad looking
I
yourself.
love you.
Join us on Monday's edition of Good Morning El Paso. Well, if you missed us this week on Good Morning El Paso, you missed a great interview with buddy of mine, Tracy Morgan, former Saturday Night Live member, and was in town telling some jokes at the comic strip, making some observations.
I was told that you was voted Texas El Paso's most handsomest TV personality.
Yeah, that's true.
Plus, you got good cologne on.
Show some respect.
Yeah, but you pooted a little while ago. I smelt it. Smelled like potato chips.
We'll see.
Beans and Franks.
Join us on Monday.
Like what juice?
Potato chips.
Potato chips. Oh my
Although I
God.
like the idea of telling somebody that their toot smelled like the Duchess.
Shit. Yeah, no, those, yeah, maybe like I gotta think those were pre-YouTube, right? Like when those videos were first going around.
Yeah, 2007.
Wow.
YouTube launched 2005, so I'm sure they were put on YouTube pretty quick, but it was certainly before the idea that anything could blow up overnight thanks to YouTube.
Wow.
So apparently we are getting another Tiger King.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know whether or not to believe that because it came from, what's his name? Bhagavan Doc Antle.
So this would be a new documentary series?
No, just one like bonus episode. Like, it's the Netflix equivalent of
Where Are
One
They
More
Meow?
Thing. Oh, and before I go, one more thing.
Wait a minute.
He made a tiger pregnant.
You what?
3 weeks, three pregnancies. Is that right?
So wait, hold on. Apparently it's not on Netflix. This is the word from Fox News today, which I'm sure is just replayed from somebody else. Investigation Discovery announced
TV
the
channel.
definitive sequel to Netflix's Tiger King that will feature none other than Joseph Maldonado Passage, better known as Joe Exotic.
By the way, man, I'm seeing some lazy reporting. Bunch of people saying Joe Exotic, parentheses, born Joseph Maldonado, whatever. And it's like, motherfucker, did you not even watch the show? Because that's definitely not what he was born as. That's the name of his two husbands mashed together.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? He was like Schmeigel.
Yeah, exactly. It was Robert Schmeigel. Joseph Robert Schmeigel.
My precious
Joseph Robert
kitties.
Schmeigel. A great name for me to poop on, goddammit.
Joseph,
Okay, so it's someone in the marketing department said the definitive sequel, but this is just
No, they have a bunch of interviews, I'm sure, from some other scrapped piece of shit that they were like, oh my God, do we have anything about Joe Exotic? And they're like, yeah, we apparently interviewed him in 1998 about something, and he's crazy as shit. And so we have enough that we can put together a commercial and we can get a little shine because everybody's Tiger King crazy.
Yeah. Did I found a thing on TikTok last night, and I tweeted at both of you. I don't know if you ended up seeing it.
What was it?
Well, it's go to my Twitter because I tweeted it out.
Okay, twitter.com/Baracast.
Yeah. There's a new TikTok meme alert. Beep, 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 beep. Keep going. It was last night. Oh, that's it. So there is a Meg Thee Stallion song that is very popular.
Carol Baskin killed her husband, whacked him. Can't convince me that it didn't happen. Fed them to tigers, they snacking. What's happening? Carol Baskin.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you're Netflix, like, you're definitely going back to that documentarian and being like, yep, all the extras. Literally anything else. We don't give a shit. And any and everything that you didn't put into that 7 hours, sew it together. It could be 5 minutes. It could be an hour and a half. We want it. There we go.
This is on Reddit today, was somebody does a mural and updates it for regular news, and in this case it's a giant Tony the Tiger, and it just says Carol's husband tasted great.
Yeah, I bet they will probably do something like that when they do Last Chance U. When they switched schools, they did a special edition of the previous school of like, here's kind of an update on where everybody is, because they filmed those things so close to graduation that you don't know what happens too much with those kids.
Do you think they follow up Tiger King with, like, the Lemur King? They try to conjure that same level of drama, or the Sloth King? It's a slower paced extravaganza.
Maybe it's Tiger Queen. Go after Carol.
I mean, wait. I mean,
make her the
spoiler alert. The Tiger King is also the Tiger Queen.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where else you go. I mean, I think this is just a shooting star streaking across the night sky, and we can all enjoy seeing it. But beyond the deleted scenes, which we will all hoover up, I don't really know much more you can do.
I mean, if it's like any other project, I'm sure that guy is so over it. But he has to feign all the excitement for it because, like, he's finally put it into production.
You think he's over it?
Oh,
I
mean, the documentarian, the guy
that interviewed all these crazy people. I feel like he's probably happy that it was well received, but he's probably really sick of all those assholes.
I mean, what about a 10-year project would make you think that he's had his fill of this?
Oh, so you think he just wants more because he's just totally fascinating?
No,
he's agreeing with
sarcastic.
You.
I'm agreeing with
No. I think he's done, but also it's like, documentaries don't hit like this all the time.
I know.
This is like, oh, God damn it. What's his name?
You know what? Put this on the poster. Tiger King. It's the cereal of good documentaries.
Ooh, wait.
Was there a serial of bad documentaries?
Yes, it's called Serial. Fucking cereal.
Oh, man.
God, Michael Moore. I wanted to say Roger Moore, and I'm like, no, that.
Oh, Roger and Me was why you wanted to say that.
Roger and Me, yeah, that's it. Yeah,
but Roger Moore. In fact, Roger and Me was about him and James Bond and the unpublished adventure he had with naked cliff jumping in space.
Wait.
What?
I believe all of those are James Bond things that happened.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, people are in the chat are saying the Firefest doc, but no, man, I think this is way, way bigger than the Firefest.
I'll tell you what, OJ Made in America is the only thing that holds a candle to this.
Sure, but even then, that was a movie that you should see. It was talked about as like a quality thing that you should invest 8 hours in, and indeed it was good, and it was good enough.
Tawdry garbage that we can't get enough of.
This was like it spread like the coronavirus. It was as contagious as the pandemic, which has put us all inside to watch it.
You know, it's very interesting to see people react very strongly to Tiger King, because there is not the only difference between Tiger King and the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is the fact that it didn't take fucking 10 years to make a season of the Real Housewives. Like, it's kind of the same exact thing. Less people die. Not zero, but less people have died.
Yeah, I mean, I think it understands where the drama is, and that's like the art of those kind of reality shows are understanding like where the audience is going to be like, oh, that bitch, right? Like, and there's so many, like, every episode of Tiger King is paced off the idea, like that's the other thing, off the top of your head with Tiger King. Tell me how long of a period of time our story takes place.
I mean, we go back as far as him being magician, illusionist, and even before that. So I would say 12, like the story takes place over 12, 16 years.
Even the early interviews are
very
5
early.
years at least. The original, like pre, discounting like archival footage.
Right,
like,
right.
The initial foot, I think, is.
But like a lot of that is him just recording from himself or for himself, and he turned over the footage. It looks like.
I think there's parts of me that's like, man, I don't know whether this is 2 years, 5 years, 15 years. Like it is, and part of it is because the story is not told chronologically. The story is told to walk you through, to maximize the drama. Like you are always like being specifically brought to this area because it is unfolding in a storytelling manner, not because it happened right afterward or in any way. I mean, obviously
everything's thematically paced out,
exactly,
as opposed to chronologically. Yeah.
Do you think part of the appeal is that it's taking kind of a stuffy medium of documentary and applying it to the tawdry? Why is Brian smiling?
I mean, no. What's funny is like I'm trying to in any way. It's as though you just went to hold on. Like there's not the word stuffy. I'm trying to get it close to the supernova that is Tiger King and have it survive, and I can't get it closer than the orbit of Pluto. There's nothing stuffy about it.
No,
I
know.
This thing is Jerry Springer from the beginning to the end. I don't even know that we can rightfully call it a documentary.
But that's maybe its appeal is that it does have elements of documentary to it. So you got the found footage, you got interviews, you got people doing these storytelling, their storytelling in that format that you expect from documentaries. And so you have all those trappings and they're all mashed up in something that you could never call a documentary, right? Because it's just so...
and yet it is.
It is.
Why would you not call it a documentary?
I mean, because it's so tawdry and salacious and over the top. P.T. Barnum at his very best.
That was so the reality.
Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So we're going to say that isn't a documentary, but the elongated jackass with a message that was Super Size Me is a documentary, or even Roger and Me is a documentary. Like,
man, can we go back to talking about McMillions? Will you please watch McMillions? Because
what is a documentary? When do you make a documentary?
Yeah.
Who is involved in making a documentary?
Long form Schadenfreude. I think that's a good question. Is it reality
I don't know
or
how you're drawing this line though? That's my point. My point is
I don't know. I don't know. It feels I don't know. It feels like ridiculous. I mean, do we get away with calling Jerry Springer documentary because it's people telling stories of things that happen to them?
What format is?
Yeah, I mean, there's a portion of the format that they when they shoot outside, it is documentary-esque, so you can set up the story. But like, there's no doubt that this guy went out for years and years and years and shot a ton of footage and got everybody in their own voice, telling these bizarre stories. He found these bizarre people. I guess I'm not seeing where the disconnect. Yes, it is not. A PBS documentary about the Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
But
right. Well, I guess what I'm asking is, where does the line between reality TV and documentary begin and end? Which is which? And
you're scripting it out. You're scripting it out in my mind. It is like what we know as the scripting of a reality television show, which sometimes is softer and sometimes is harder. But like in general,
it's put together.
Yes, you know what you're shooting. The people know that they're going to buy a puppy and they're going to see whether or not the puppy needs to go home or if they can't, do it. And the puppy's going to knock over a bowl of diamonds or something if it's the Real Housewives and eat one.
Again.
But
those are my
that-
favorite
that-
diamonds.
My
Now they're in
diamonds.
the shag carpet.
I couldn't believe my dog knocked over the cup of diamonds
Again.
again.
Oh no! It's a reality show, so they're always speaking in present tense. Like
I'm
I can't
sitting
believe
there
that
watching my
is
dog
knocking over this.
So, kind of drawing on my experience, I do think it's interesting because I really find that the turn, like the late 1800s, early 1900s artists are getting to explore some topics that are so outside of what artists could do before, because there was a middle class that could support their paintings and their sculptures and stuff. So before it was always churches and government and scripting, commissioning everything.
Yeah.
But now you had a middle class that was wealthy enough to support their artists, and then you were getting to see Picasso paint portraits of prostitutes. So like that was like one, celebrating the human form and human achievement, but also salacious enough to be like, holy shit, can you believe this guy's doing these portraits? And, so it was a new area to explore. And I kind of feel like we're getting to see that in a way that people have the ability to flex and spend 5 years interviewing this, because that's equipment, that's money, that's time. And so he was able to invest a lot of resources into this story, and then it's new. Like we haven't seen a documentary, and I will call it a documentary. We hadn't gotten to see a documentary in that respect.
Separate thing. And I think I know Justin's answer to this. The Amazing Jonathan documentary. Is it a documentary or no?
I have questions about parts of that documentary.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that documentary is kind of set up a little bit more behind the scenes than we are led to believe by
A little more pro wrestling.
Because if we're talking about like a reality show, which as a part of its format facilitates moving the story forward behind the scenes, I mean, the Amazing Jonathan the untitled Amazing Jonathan documentary, a major portion of that story is like, I'm setting up a sit down with you, and we're talking this out. Like,
right, I am causing things to happen, and we're watching it play out live. Right. And there's nothing about Tiger King that causes a thing to play out in real time.
Then again, like half of the Amazing Jonathan documentary is about the making of that documentary.
Right.
Yeah.
So, it straddles that line in a weird place. But I think you look at the feature length format of it, you look at how it presents footage, I think it would be difficult.
No. I mean, it has to be more like a reality television show because, there's an entire subplot about him and his parents and his dead mom and all the things that he saved. He is the creator, and he is creating these moments for his parents
but he's aping during that all of the stuff that was pioneered by now I want to call him Michael Moore in Roger and Me, by injecting himself to stories. So does that make Roger and Me not a documentary?
I mean, I would be more on your side if you said that Roger and Me wasn't a documentary than Tiger King wasn't a documentary.
I mean, there's also room for the evolution of the format, right?
Yeah.
Like the production of reality shows are just inherently going to affect documentaries, right?
Well, no, I think that Roger and Me and then Super Size Me, two different filmmakers that were running on the same idea, but they're more video essays. And
also,
I don't it doesn't have validity. I'm just saying that they are different than going out, getting a bunch of stuff and putting it together.
As we wrap up here, can anybody explain to me what I said that would cause Snackable Games in the chat to say, well, Brian hates everything?
They're responding because someone asked if did you hate the Amazing Jonathan documentary?
Oh, no. Oh, okay, got it. I always try to have a critical take because I find it in general boring to say that thing is great. It's great. I liked it a lot because that tends to be less interesting than figuring out the parts that you disagreed with or whatever. So if somebody walks away with I hate everything out of that, then that's
Take that.
Yeah, take that.
Yeah.
Take that to
That
your
means
Quibi.
he hates you.
Okay, look, Justin, are we even going to try Quibi, or are we just going to sit on the sidelines and bark laughter?
No, I'm waiting to get the go ahead from Bryce. Bryce
Justin said he would wait until I found some gold.
I've got
found it.
Quibi on my phone. I've yet to activate my 90 days.
Here's a fun game. Bonnie, do you know what Quibi is?
Yes, I've heard you scoffing and
And
making
what is the
predictions.
Brian Scoff edition of what Quibi is?
Quibi.
These highfalutin assholes think they know how to get on the internet and start making content. And they're solving problems that aren't even real.
Okay, this is way too good.
See, the problem with Quibi.
All right, here, parting entertainment news on the way out.
Ba-na-na-na-na-na.
R. Kelly made a bid to be released from prison because of the coronavirus, and it has been denied.
Wow. Didn't they let Takeshi 6ix9ine out too?
They did.
Did what?
There's a rapper, Takeshi 6ix9ine, who was in prison, who they let out because of coronavirus.
Because of Corona, like, does that make him not guilty all of a sudden?
No, I think
I don't know
it's an issue of, I think, state liability.
Yeah.
That if you keep prisoners in jail and people are dying, then does the state have a liability because they kept you in jail, in an unsafe place?
So
I think
whoever can sue gets to?
No. I think they're letting out people on like, all right, like it probably would have been 6 months to a year and you would have gotten out anyway. So better that we just let you out early because we don't want to get sued.
Yeah. Holy crap, man. That was a fast hour. All of a sudden, that's all done. Thank you very much to Bryce Castillo, Bonnie Brushwood, Justin Robert Young for hanging out with us at the happy hour. Glad you guys are enjoying it.